Hello everyone. I, Jagruti Meshram, Aarti Agrahari and Usha Ilme from DAV Moil Public School are presenting one presentation on 14th November. As we all know, it's Children's Day. The children of today will make the India of tomorrow. The way we bring them up will determine the future of the country. Children are like birds in a garden and should be carefully and lovingly nurtured, as they are the future of the nation and the citizens of tomorrow. The vast army of children across the world, outwardly different kinds of clothes and yet so very like another. If you bring them together, they play or quarrel, but even their quarrel is some kind of play. They do not think of differences amongst themselves, difference of class or caste or color or status. They are wiser than their fathers and mothers. These are the lovely quotations of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. November 14 is celebrated as Children's Day every year in India. It's also the birthday of our first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, fondly known as Chacha Nehru. It was his affection towards children that his birthday, 14 November, is celebrated as the Children's Day in India.
Before we dwell into facts about the man himself, did you know that 14th November wasn't always the date that India celebrated Children's Day? The occasion was observed on the 20th November in India since 1959, which was the date observed by the United Nations as Universal Children's Day. It was after Jawaharlal Nehru's death in 1964 that decision was made to observe Children's Day or Bal Divas in India on his birthday. Jawaharlal Nehru was immensely fond of children, and making his birthday to celebrate kids also helped to stress on the importance of care, education and rights of children everywhere in India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. He was born on 14th November 1889 in Allahabad. He was born to Srimati Swarupa Rani and Shri Motilal Nehru, a prominent lawyer in Allahabad. He received his early education at home and later, at the age of 15, he went to England to pursue his higher studies in law. In the year 1960, he married to Kamla Kaul. He was awarded with Bharat Ratna in 1955. He was also known as Panditji.
Nehru wrote many books, including The Discovery of India, Glimpses of World History, his autobiography Towards Freedom, and Letter from a Father to His Daughter. The journey in the discovery of India begins from ancient history, leading up to the last years of the British Raj. Nehru uses his knowledge of the Upanishad, Vedas and textbook on ancient history to introduce to the reader the development of India from the Indus Valley civilization. In the discovery of India, Nehru urged that India was a historic nation with a right to sovereignty. This book also analyzes in depth the philosophy of Indian life. In the discovery of India, Nehru writes the scientific approach, the adventurous and yet critical temper of science, the search of truth and new knowledge, the refusal to accept anything without testing and trial, the capacity to change previous conclusions in the face of new evidence. The reliance on observed fact and not on preconceived theory. The hard discipline of the mind. All this is necessary not merely for the application of science but for life itself and the solution of its many problems. His concern is giving priority to science was the result that he was elected the first non-scientist as chairman of Indian Science Congress in 1937. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was extremely fond of children and loved them very much. Children also used to fondly address him as Chacha Nehru. He always emphasized on the importance of giving love and affection to children. Nehru was a very strong advocate of the importance of education when it came to children. He was involved in establishing All India Institute of Medical Science and Indian Institute of Technology, the Indian Institutes of Management and the National Institutes of Technology.
Nehru ji was a man of letters quite literally. Every day he devoted a few hours to write letters. He wrote not only to family and friends but children too. He even replied the letters, especially if the senders were children.
It was 2nd October 1949, and on what seemed an ordinary day, he opened his letters and to his surprise found that they were from Japan. The letters were addressed to him and were written by school children. Within no time, he was immersed in reading them from a country so far away. He was smiling as he went through them. But what amused him thoroughly was the strange request the letter carried. You will never guess what the request was because it was at once far fetched and completely out of the ordinary. The Japanese school children asked him for a gift of an elephant. He replied to the children, stating he would try his best to get them an elephant. The reason why the Japanese children wanted the elephant was because during the war they had lost two elephants in the zoo and now they had no elephants, which saddened them a great deal. Immediately he set about finding an elephant. His search ended with her found an elephant. The elephant was named after his daughter Indira. When he sent Indira to Japan, he wrote to the children telling them that they should treat Indira as a gift not from me but from the children of India to the children of Japan. The elephant is noble animal, much loved in India. It is wise, patient, strong and gentle. I hope all of us will develop these qualities. So, Indira was sent to Tokyo Zoo. Indira was to be an embassy of peace and symbol of friendship between Japan and India.
Here we are revisiting to his words with one of his letters. Dear children, I like being with children and talking to them, and even more playing with them. But for the moment I forget that I am terribly old, and that is very long ago since I was a child. But when I sit down to write, I cannot forget my age and the distance that separates you from me. Old people have a habit of delivering sermons and good advice to the young. I remember that I disliked this very much long ago when I was a boy. So I suppose you do not like it very much either. Grown-ups also have a habit of appealing to be very wise even though Very few of them possess much wisdom. I have not yet quite made up my mind whether I am wise or not. Sometimes, listening to others, I feel that I must be wise and brilliant and important. Then, looking at myself, I begin to doubt this. In any event, people who are wise do not talk about their wisdom and do not behave as if they were very superior persons. What then shall I write about? If you were with me, I would love to talk to you about this beautiful world of ours, about flowers, trees, birds, animals, stars, mountains, glaciers, and all the other beautiful things that surround us in the world. We have all this beauty all around us, and yet we who are growing ups often forget about it and lose ourselves in our arguments or in our quarrels. We sit in our offices and imagine that we are doing very important work. I hope you will be more sensible and open your eyes and ears to this beauty and life that surrounds you. Can you recognize the flowers by their names and the birds by their singing? How easy it is to make friends with them and with everything in nature. If you go to them affectionately and with friendship, you must have read many fairy tales and stories of long ago. But the world itself is the greatest fairy tale and the story of adventure that was ever written. Only we must have eyes to see and ears to hear and a mind that opens out to the life and beauty of the world. Grown ups have a strange way of putting themselves in compartments and groups. They build barriers of religion, caste, color, party, nation, province, language, customs, and of rich and poor. Fortunately, children do not know much about these barriers which separate. They play and work with each other, and it is only when they grow up that they begin to learn about these barriers from their elders. I hope you will take a long time in growing up. You know, we had a very great man amongst us. He was called Mahatma Gandhi, but we used to call him affectionately Bapuji. He was wise, but he did not show off his wisdom. He was simple and childlike in many ways, and he loved children. He taught us to face the world cheerfully and with laughter. Our country is very big country and there is a great deal to be done by all of us. If each of us does his or her little bit, then all this mounts up and the country prospers and goes ahead fast. I have tried to talk to you in this letter as if you were sitting near me and I have written more than I intended. So this was the letter by Pandit Nehru for children.
Here is one incident of his life. As a child, Nehru was very observant and thoughtful. One day, when he was playing ball with his friends, the ball fell into a small pit. Everyone tried to take it out, but the ball didn't come out. Nehru went inside and brought water and poured in it, and ball slowly came up. Everyone jumped with joy. In this way, we can say that since childhood he was very intelligent and thoughtful.
Here is one more incident from his life. Once during a trip to Tamil Nadu, large crowd had lined the road to have a glimpse of Nehru, and many children had climbed up the tree to see him. Set behind the crowd was a balloon seller. The string of the balloon were gathered in his hand. but the balloons of all shapes and sizes provide colorful panorama, a sport of drifting halo behind the crowd. On an impulse, Pandit Nehru instructed the motorcade to stop. He jumped out of the open jeep, signaled to the balloon sailor to his side, and brought all his balloons and gave to children. This shows how deeply he has love and affection towards children. Here is one more video of Pandit Nehru celebrating his birthday with children.
जलदीप बनाए बच्चों के लिए, और सवाल यह है कि बच्चे उसे पसंद करते हैं कि नहीं। ये थोड़ी मैं पसंद करता हूँ कि नहीं है? मेरा पसंद करना न करने का कोई माने ही नहीं है। बच्चे करें तो अच्छा है, बच्चे नहीं करें तो निकम्मा है। लेकिन उसमें क्या खास उसका फिल्म का हिस्सा है जो ज्यादा पसंद आया?
मुझे वो वाला अच्छा लगा हिस्सा जो बस को चलाया।
अच्छा, अब दुबे बस को चलाता है, इतना पसंद है। हाँ?
जब वो बोलता है टेबल पर आके खड़ा होकर बोलता है मम्मी और डैडी वहाँ खेलेंगे, वो मेरे को सुन बहुत पसंद है।
अच्छा, बात यह है कि बच्चों के फिल्म और मुल्कों में और देशों में अब अच्छे अच्छे बनने लगे, और जो बड़ों का फिल्म होता है कितना ही अच्छा हो, वो मुमकिन है बच्चों के लायक ना हो। बड़ों को पसंद हो, बच्चों को ना हो, ऊब जाए सो जाए उसको देखते देखते। इसलिए बच्चों के लिए अलग फिल्म बनानी चाहिए। अब ये जलदीप, ये एक करीब करीब पहली कोशिश है बच्चों के लिए फिल्म बनाने की, और भी बनेंगे, हम आशा करते हैं उससे भी अच्छे होंगे। लेकिन हमेशा याद रखो, बच्चे का फिल्म का इम्तिहान लिया जाता है कि बच्चों को पसंद है कि नहीं। बड़ों से पूछने का कोई माने नहीं। तो खैर, हम इस नतीजे पे पहुंचे ना कि बच्चों की फिल्म बनने चाहिए हमारे देश में। हाँ? और दूसरी बात यह कि अच्छे फिल्म होने चाहिए, क्योंकि दूसरी दर्जे की चीज कोई हम पसंद नहीं करते अपने देश की, अव्वल दर्जे की होनी चाहिए।
आपने पहले कभी किसी पिक्चर में काम किया है?
अब कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं पिक्चर। फर्ज करो तुमने चिड़ियाओं को कहा था, कितनी चिड़ियाएं दुनिया में, हजारों लाखों किस्म की। कितनी चिड़ियाओं को तुम पहचानते हो? उनकी आवाज सुन के बता दो, देखो ये कोयल बोली या ये बोला ये वो बोला। हाँ, बहुत पहचाना। फर्ज करो बताओ कि एक हम फिल्म बनाए गंगा का, गंगा जी का फिल्म बनाए, तो उसमें कितनी बातें हम बता सकते हैं। दूसरी बात, लो आसमान पे तुम इतने तारों को देखते हो, लखू खा तारे, इन तारों की कहानियां हैं, इन तारों के नाम हैं। एक दफे तुम पहचान लो वो तारे का नाम ये है तो दोस्त हो जाता है तुम्हारा। हाँ, जैसे तुम सड़क पे चलो, बहुत भीड़ में चल रही है, तुम किसी को जानो नहीं, तो भीड़ तो है लेकिन तुम अकेले, और तुम एकदम से देखो तुम्हारा दोस्त जा रहा है तो फौरन देखो वो दोस्त आया। हाँ? इसी तरह से ये बड़े तारों का मजमा है ऊपर, अच्छा सुंदर लगता है। जहाँ तुम उन्हें पहचानने लगो उनमें से कुछ को तो दोस्त हो जाते हैं। खैर, तो अच्छा हो अगर बच्चों के अच्छे अच्छे फिल्म बने और बच्चे देखें। ये बाहर से फिल्म आते हैं, अक्सर अमेरिका से आते हैं और जगह से, अच्छे होते हैं, बात बड़े अच्छे होते हैं। बात ऐसे होते हैं सुबह लड़ाई झगड़े के कुछ नहीं, मुझे नहीं अच्छे लगते लड़ाई झगड़े। काफी हुई लड़ाई झगड़ा है, उसको और फिल्म पे भी दिखाना। हमें तो अब एक कोशिश करनी है कि अपना देश ऐसा बनाए और दुनिया ऐसा बनाए जिसमें लड़ाई झगड़ा न हो, तो कम से कम हो, लोग मिल के रहें, काम करें, अपना भी फायदा हो, देश का भी हो। तो लड़ाई झगड़ा करने से तो होता नहीं। क्या राय है तुम्हारी? हाँ, संजय की राय है, कुछ कभी कभी स्याही फेंक दी जाए तो अच्छा
My dear friends, the main purpose of celebrating Nehruji's birthday as Children's Day is to encourage the welfare of children all over the country. He was one of the most popular national and international figures. He is considered as the maker of modern India because of the remarkable changes that he brought in as the first Prime Minister of India. Serving his country, he left for his heavenly abode on 27th of May in 1964. Thank you very much for listening us with patience.